6 chill, for real, for real.
Judah, 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 Judah. Judah, 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 Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess, I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end of my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. I woke up from my arrest. My rulership is up next. No vex. Judah, 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 Judah. Judah.
You got 10 seconds.
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom!
And welcome to the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We're located at 8524 South Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. Our class times are Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., Friday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., and our Shabbat class is from 10 till 2, or till we're finished reading and answering questions. We have another location out in San Antonio, Texas. They're at 4444 Walsen Road, Suite 201, San Antonio, Texas, 78218. Very good brothers out there. Fire classes, Tasapah, Dawiyad, Awar, Samshawan, holding it down. Check them out. Their class times are from 7:30 to about 10, and that's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We have another location out in Virginia. That's 2610 Granby Street, Norfolk, Virginia, 23517. Their class times are Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7 p.m. to 9. And their Sabbath morning class is the same as ours, 10 to 2, or until they're finished reading and answering questions. We'd like to ask you to listen to and partake in the Blog Talk Radio hosted by Priest Mashaba. Very good classes. They also got old classes. So all the classes that were done on Blog Talk, they're there in the archives. Very good classes. blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba. And that's pretty much every day. We have other Israelite channels, other YouTube channels we'd like to ask you to like, share, and subscribe. The one you're on to right now, San Antonio, the Virginia one, the 5 Minutes of Wisdom, Hidden Truth Show, the Israelite Media Corp, and we are having kids class here in Houston every Sunday, starting at 1 p.m. So if you got small kids, hey, get them engaged in the Word. Start getting them familiar with the Word at a young age.
Yep.
We also have Israelware, the free subscription. They're still taking orders, but they won't begin the orders until May 1st. So go ahead and get your bids in, so get them nice and busy, and get you looking real righteous. Because brothers in here, they got their fringed up shirts on, nice apparel. You can get a fringed up shirt for $35. You can get a headband, a matching headband to go with the shirt for another, $35? Another $35. So, yeah, check them out. Don't be shy. Sign up today. What else we got? We got the Hebrew Academy here in Houston. Here in Houston, we're doing it Tuesday and Thursdays now, right?
Time.
So we're doing it Tuesdays and Thursdays here in Houston. So if you're in the Houston and surrounding areas, make sure that you show up. Because you're missing out if you're not showing up. If you're in another state and you want to participate, we'll send you the link.
Y'all making me laugh. Why y'all looking at me?
And Monday they do the Hebrew Academy in Rochester, and Wednesday they do the Hebrew Academy in Virginia. So, man, we got class on class. We got academy on academy. There's no way that y'all shouldn't be getting trained up and growing in the Scripture. Bah Hashem Yahushai. If you need to reach a priest or teacher, you can reach Priest Kazakia at 757-300-4047. Or you can reach Priest Quatazab, which is here on my left, at 303-557-8979. Please text only during class. We ask you to support our business. It's called Sweet Ambiance. You get your aromatherapeutic oil, your body oils, your cologne fragrances, and your perfume fragrances. And everything that you buy from the site, it also helps support the school. So there's lots of good items on there. Soaps, bath bombs, bath salts, you name it. When it comes to smelling good, we got you covered. SweetAmbiance.com. If you want to make any donations, you can drop that into the Wells Fargo account. The number should be there on the screen. Or you can Zelle it to us, and that info should be there too. If you want to send any items, books, pens, papers, apocryphers, dictionaries, anything that you feel like will help further the ministry or help edify brothers and sisters, please reach out to Priest Quatazop and he'll give you a good address where you can mail those items into. You can go.
Grab my tablet. You got to be careful when you pull it off the thing. Yeah, I just realized I needed that. You done?
Yeah, that's it for the announcement.
Time. So, the title of the class is Step into the Light. And I'm going to be straight up with y'all. This class is going to hurt some of y'all's feelings. It's going to hurt some of y'all's feelings. And strap on your boots. Somebody get me Hebrews. Not somebody get me... Yeah, somebody give me Hebrews 10. Now, we just got done doing Passover. We just got done doing sisters, getting together, garments, right? We just got together, basically everybody unifying and coming together for a common purpose, right? Of was what? For Passover, right? And there was a lot of effort. There was a lot of things that went into just Passover itself. And, us doing our part as priests, we tried to facilitate it to where the brothers and sisters that needed to be around could be around for the Passover for that week. Kazakia, he was out in San Antonio for about a week. And we tried to set it up to where we could all just be around each other. We put so much effort into the day. It's one day, right? And it's like, okay, we put all this effort in for this one day. How do we make it more than just a one-day thing? How do we make it into an event where brothers can sit with each other, sisters can sit with each other, they can rap, they can chill, they can enjoy each other. Brothers and sisters could absorb some of the things they need that they can't get online, right? So we did our part. Some of y'all didn't do y'all's part. Read that Hebrews 10. I want Hebrews chapter 10, and I want you to start at verse 22.
It's the book of Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 22.
Right?
Let us draw near with a true heart and full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water.
Right. So the whole year, all the 50 million classes, right? Class 7 days a week, basically. Drilling, Hebrew Academy, sisters getting together. All these things that we did for the whole year. And some of y'all not being here for the whole year, we get it. But all these things were supposed to be working on your conscience. It was supposed to be bringing you into this full assurance that I'm in the right place. With the right people. I'm doing the right thing. Go ahead.
Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering.
Let us do what?
Hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering.
Right. This was supposed to work out the double-minded, wavy spirit that some of us walk with. The spirit of, man, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I don't know, coming to class, being around sisters. Is this brother for my benefit? Right. Are these sisters for my benefit? Is this school for my benefit? All the things that we did outside of the one little day for the Passover, that was supposed to work on your mind and build up an assurance and a confidence that, once again, I'm here. I'm doing the right thing. Why? Because I see my own growth. Brothers ain't taken from me. Sisters ain't taken from me. Yeah, the reproof, it comes and it's consistent, but it's not where, oh, they're picking on me. And the reproof and the correction and the exhortation was all for the benefit, for my benefit, for my household, for myself, for my, if I'm a man that got a wife, brothers are checking me on how I deal with my house. Why? So that my house can perform up to standard. If I'm a wife, brothers are dealing with me, or the sisters are dealing with me and getting me up to standard, not just to deal with me. Right? Go ahead. I know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
For he is faithful.
Go ahead.
That promise. And let us consider.
Wait, so it says he is faithful that promise. Who is that talking about? Anybody?
Yashkar.
The Most High.
Right. He's faithful in what? What did he promise?
Magun.
That all Israel will be saved.
That all Israel will be saved, right? He also promised that 2/3 would get cut off and die. So, I mean, let's be real here. There's a lot of promises. There's a lot of all Israel be saved. Hallelujah. Barakatah Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. But before that, 2/3, hard-headed, rebellious, wicked, stiff-necked, got to get cut off. So that's a promise too. Read.
And let us consider one another.
Let us do what?
Let us consider one another.
Let us do what?
Let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to do good works.
And to do good works. He said, consider one another. Right? Meaning, I have to take the time out to think about the next man. I got to take the time out to think about the next woman. I got to take the time out to think outside of my own microcosm of a world and say, you know what? What's the next person dealing with? That means I can't be what? With my time. My gun.
Selfish.
I can't be selfish. I can't be a selfish individual. I can't be a selfish man with my rib because my rib got to go. If y'all would have seen how the wives were operating, the sisters that were doing garments, they had to take time away from their households and put it in that garment room, put their spirit there. And the husband had to do what? He might have had to hold it down for that month. Right? He might have had to go a night without a meal. Something hot and fresh and cooked because of the sisters were working late. Or he might have had to babysit, or he might have had to, do some things around the house that he wasn't accustomed of doing. But the point was he couldn't be selfish. Y'all see that? There couldn't be a selfish spirit in this time. Go ahead.
Not forsaking.
Not what?
Not forsaking.
Not what?
Not forsaking.
Go ahead.
The assembly of ourselves together.
Now we pull this scripture all the time. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together. Somebody look up the word forsaking for me, please. Go ahead.
As the manner of some is.
Right. Because you have some out there that they will not take the opportunity, they will not leap to the opportunity where the scriptures say to gather together, O nation not desired. Gather together. They won't jump on the opportunity because they are selfish, because they are distracted. What you got for forsaking?
This is the definition for forsake.
Right.
In the 1828.
Right?
It says to quit or leave entirely.
To do what?
To quit.
To quit. So you quit the assembling. So we did all the assembling for the whole year. And at the time when you was really supposed to gel together and sit with a brother, sit with sisters, sit around and just absorb and be a sponge. You did what?
To quit or leave entirely. To desert.
Some of y'all didn't even show up. Go ahead.
To abandon.
Go ahead.
To depart from.
To do what?
To depart from.
Hey, this is the definition. I'm not saying it. Anybody that feel a certain way, the scripture say, he that have a ear, let him hear.
God.
Right? The Spirit will bear witness. Read it one more time. Read Hebrews 10 and 25.
Verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together.
Right?
As the manner of some is.
Right, because the manner of some is to forsake, is to abandon, is to leave off at the wrong time. What you got? Read that definition one more time.
To quit or leave entirely.
Go ahead.
To desert.
To desert. Read.
To abandon.
Go ahead.
To depart from. Friends and flatterers forsake us in adversity.
Is that it?
To renounce.
Go ahead.
To reject.
Right.
To leave. To withdraw from. To fail. In anger. In severe trials. Let not fortitude forsake you.
Right.
That's it.
So, read Hebrews 10:25. I'm going to hammer this scripture all the way into your medulla oblongata. Read it one more time.
Come. Verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves
Right.
together, as the manner of some is. But
what?
Exhorting.
But doing what?
Exhorting.
But what?
Exhorting.
Go ahead.
One another.
Pushing one another. Lifting one another up. It says the strong shall bear the infirmities of the weak.
That's right.
But how do you know what end of the pendulum you stand on if you ain't there? How do you know if you're the weak brother or sister or the strong brother or sister? Go ahead.
And so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
As you see what?
The day approaching.
Right. So, what makes us, and I want everybody to participate, if you're up to it, right? Don't forsake us now. Don't abandon ship now. We all here, we're all friends. I love you all. What makes us forsake the assembly? I want to hear. I don't want to hear generic answers. I want to hear what's in your head, sis.
I think for most, being hurt or feeling betrayed in the body.
Okay. Derek.
Sin, because you're in sin and you're ashamed of your sin and you don't want nobody to see.
Now you talking to me.
Wickedness.
Now you talking to me. See, now you talking to me. What else? Come on. Come with it. Come with it, man. What's up? Marcy, go ahead.
Because you don't want to change.
See, now y'all talking. What else?
I was going to say rebellion.
Rebellion. You don't want to change. Sin.
You don't want the correction.
You don't want the correction. Now y'all are being honest. What else?
You don't want nobody seeing what's inside of you come out so they can correct you. That's what it is.
Right. And there's a few. Y'all are. I love it. Totally on point. Totally honest. Right.
Yeah.
What do they say? Y'all are. What's the word they use? You're being transparent. But there's another word they use. You're being it's like a color they use. I forgot what they say. You're being not clear. No, not clear. Not clear. It's like man, I forget. But the point is, those answers are on point. Somebody else had their hand up. What's that?
Some people just don't understand the importance of being together. They want to be alone or be on the computer all day and type on the keyboard instead of gathering with your nation and following the elders.
The Bible says, and so the much more as you see the day approaching.
Ooh.
Some of y'all are blind as hell.
Ooh.
And you know why I'm saying y'all are not us? Because I was there like this on brothers.
Oh yeah.
I was like this to brothers, like
Bunked up.
young bros, old bros, ancient brothers. So I'm not gonna put myself in it. I was like this. Hey, what's going on? Hey, brother, what's up? Until 7 in the morning every damn morning with brothers. I didn't sleep the whole time. So I'm not gonna say us. It wasn't a us thing. This was a y'all thing. This is where I'm gonna say y'all. Some of y'all, not all of us. Not all of y'all. Some of y'all. Go to Proverbs. Stubborn, distractions, family work, sin, pride, personal beliefs, misunderstandings. All that is correct. All that is 100% correct. But that shouldn't be in the minds of brothers and sisters here that have been around, that know what we're fighting for, and you get lost in, oh, my family said, oh, you get lost in the moment of, oh, I'm in another city, so let me venture around the city. What did we go there for?
Unity.
We went there for the unity. We went there for the brotherhood. We set things up that way for that length of time to give everybody from all four corners the opportunity to just sit with other brothers and sisters. It wasn't about me.
Come.
It wasn't about him. It wasn't about Kazakia. It was about how do we continue to fortify and follow what the Bible says.
You know, the beautiful part about it, especially the way you bring it out, is Passover is one day, right? It's not even one day. It's one evening. You pop in for a few hours and pop out. But the way it was set up was where you can mingle and deal with other brothers that you've never met before, in the truth. Other sisters that you've never met before that's doing the same thing that you're doing. That has the same struggles, the same fight, and even the same goals as you have. And you get to see that, yeah, it's not just the people I see on a daily. It's more than this. And then you get to exhort. You get to be corrected. It's just like Quadazat was saying. You won't find out what side you're on, whether you're the strength or the weakness, if you're not even around. Like, I mean, I know for myself, you know, I wasn't there very long when we were over at that compound because work, but I was there.
God.
And I was there. I stayed up late, stayed up till 4:30 in the morning, and got up at 7. And when I got up at 7, I just walked around. If anyone else was up, that's who I was dealing with, which happened to be a brother from Rochester studying his test. But yeah, it just gave you the opportunity to see more than what you see in class, to see more than what you see online. It was beautiful.
God. Which
Proverbs 18
God.
and verse 1.
The
So
book of
the first and foremost things, I'm not going to play with this. Y'all are emotional. That's one of the problems. Forget all the fluffy stuff. Oh, we didn't know, we forgot. Some of y'all are just straight up emotional bag of bones. You're just emotional as hell, and you don't know that you're riding with the wrong emotions. You're riding with the wrong feeling. Proverbs 18 and verse 1.
The book of Proverbs chapter 18 verse 1.
Read.
Through desire
Through what?
a man.
Through what?
Through desire.
This ain't good desire. This is the emotional, I want to be alone, I don't want to be looked at, I don't want nobody to say to me, nothing to me. I want to feel good and be comfortable. Go ahead.
Through the desire a man, having separated himself.
Read. He doing what?
Separated himself.
Go ahead.
Seeketh and intermeddleth with all wisdom.
Right. And the wisdoms that a lot of us are intermeddling with. Remember, this is not a positive intermeddling. Like, oh, I'm separating myself so I get in the scriptures. You know how that don't make no sense? Because the Bible says gather together. The Bible says forsake not the assembling of ourselves as the manner of some does. So the excuse can't be, well, I was separated because, I was studying. It don't work like that. It's the wrong separation, wrong time. Okay. He said you intermeddle it with all wisdom. So what wisdom? If it's emotion, then what wisdom is that? What does the world tell you? What does the world say? Come on, give me all the sayings, all the acronyms, the YOLOs, that I could do better by myself. I don't need I don't need nobody. I'm the lone wolf. Living my best life.
Self-made.
Right, I'm self-made, get rich or die trying. All the crap that they feed us in the world. Some of us are still living in that mind. You haven't given your mind over to the concept of unity and really what it is. You know why? Because the world taught you that unity was one thing. Yeah, we'll be here for you when you riding and when you looking good, right? Oh, you glowing. You got the glow. I want to be next to that, right? I want to be next to that. But as soon as that glow starts to fade, you get that little Heisman stiff arm.
Stiff arm.
Boom. We looking for the next man that's glowing. As soon as that little pocket starts to get a little slim, what do? They peel off. Them women, right? They peel off. As soon as you ain't moving the way you once moved with the certain crowd or whatever it was, what happens? They start to look at you side-eye. But some of us still hang on to that mind that, you know what? I gotta do unity the way the world taught me what unity was. Do it when it's good, and then when it's all bad, I ain't around. Or do it on my time. Some of y'all are still on y'all's own time. Not redeeming the time. The Bible says, and so much the more as you see the day approaching. Some of y'all think y'all got time. You know what's wild? I got this sister texting me from Maryland. And she started texting on Saturday just about class. She's been watching us for a while. And you know what she keeps saying to me? I don't have time. I feel like I don't have time. And I'm like, sis, slow down a little bit. She's trying to watch 8 videos a day. She's trying to get every single class. And I'm like, whoa, you're not going to get it doing it like that. Yeah. You gotta slow down. She's like, I don't got time. I don't got time. I don't got time. But she's not sitting here in class. So it's easy to forsake what's going on when you sit in class. You got to come to drilling. You got to come to workout. You got to sit there and do garments. You got to sit there and do this, sit there and do that. It's easy to forsake the gathering because, well, shit, I don't gather enough. I don't gather enough. That's how some of y'all think. Like, I done gathered 365, 66 4 days. How many days of the year? I done done it already.
I'm tired of gathering.
I'm tired. And then this sister's like, man, I need somebody to gather with. I ain't got time. I don't have time to mess around. I'm starting to see now that this is real. Some of y'all are jaded. Some of y'all are jaded, man. Some of y'all have to learn how to renew that fire in you that first brought you into the truth. And get back to that first love. And stop letting the things around you dictate how you move. Stop letting your emotions dictate how you move. It's to your detriment. James 3:14. James chapter 3 and verse 14.
James chapter 3 verse 14.
This is the emotions that y'all deal with. Go ahead.
But if ye have bitter envying,
right,
and strife in your hearts,
read,
glory not.
Listen, if you got bitter envying and strife in your house, if you got arguing and contention in your house, how dare you not gather? How dare you not step next to the strength at least? How dare you? But instead, I'm a glory. I'm going to tour around the city. I'm going to do things that I could be doing in Houston anyway. Some of y'all were doing things that you could have did here. But the time where you should have been gathering and learning, how do I wipe out that bitter envy and that bitter strife that's in my mind? How do I eradicate confusion from my household? How do I get rid of the double-mindedness? Well, you should have been having those conversations. What you doing? Driving around San Antonio? Sitting in the hotel room getting AC? I mean, come on, man. Think about it. You could have did that here or any other place. You mean to tell me you went through all that strife or all that struggle, all that sacrifice to not be around? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm still trying to wrap my head around that because I was fiending to be around brothers. I wanted to land in San Antonio when Kazakh landed in San Antonio, but what do we have to do? We have to do class. We have to get the lamb. If it wasn't for that, I'd be gone down there with brothers chilling.
Brothers are still working?
Brothers have to work, right? I was fiending to leave Houston, not to go venture around San Antonio, to go see the damn city. I could care less about the city. I didn't care less about a place. I wanted to be with brothers and sisters. There's a lot of brothers and sisters that you don't see a lot online, right? You got brothers from Philly. You got Bakar from Yonkers. Brothers are from Arkansas, David and Moshe, Dallas, Dawayad. All these bros that the only time we get to see them is online or through some whack Zoom chat.
Brothers from Albuquerque.
Brothers from Albuquerque. Even the brothers from San Antonio. When's the last time we seen them? Some of y'all ain't never even met them. And you lost that opportunity to really sit down outside of Passover, drink this drink, eat this food, and this hustle and bustle, and then boom, gone.
Yeah.
Some of y'all missed the opportunity to sit with brothers that been teaching for years, that can give you a whole nother perspective on your life and give you a whole nother set of wisdom that you can add to yourself. Y'all forsake that. You left off of that. That's to your detriment. Why? Because emotions, man. Some of y'all are emotional as hell. And it's sad. Read verse 14 one more time.
James chapter 3, verse 14. But if ye have bitter envy and strife in your hearts,
right?
Glory not.
Yeah, you glorying like, oh yeah, we free now. We get to go here and sit here and do this and do that. How? Was that, let me ask you, was it worth it is the question. Did you get rid of the bitter strife and envy? Some of y'all know. Because it was never dealt with. Go ahead.
And lie not against the truth.
Yeah, now you can't blame the truth like, oh, the truth didn't work for me. Oh, the truth ain't the truth. You know, I don't know if this is working out. I don't see the benefit. I don't see my growth. Well, the time where you could have grown exponentially just in 1 week, in 3 days, you forsook that time. You let your rib pull you. You let your family pull you. You let your own mind pull you. Read.
Verse 15. This wisdom descendeth not from above.
This what?
This wisdom descendeth not from above.
Yeah, man. This ain't no heavenly wisdom, like the right thing to do. This is what you created. This is what you put in your head that was right. I didn't sleep on purpose. I was tired. But guess what? I tried to take every moment. I was the last one going to bed on that compound. Why? Because I wanted to make sure that I got it in with everybody. Just even the brothers from San Antonio sacrificing to be up there and taking an hour-long drive each way and then having to be at work. You got brothers that get there at 12 and got to be up at 4 in the morning to go to work.
Yep.
But they up there kicking it. For sacrificing their time. I wasn't going to forsake that or waste their time. I was going to take advantage of that. Just to see brothers, just to sit around and play a little chess and talk a little this and talk about this scripture and this situation and reminisce on this. A lot of y'all needed that. A lot of you sisters needed that. You needed to see other sisters doing what it is you were supposed to be doing. Because they were there. Sisters were there.
Yeah.
Right? Sisters were there. The ones that couldn't come up right away, what were they busy doing? Stuck doing garments. So either way, there was a working for the common goal. Read on.
But it's earthly.
Right?
Sensual.
It's what?
Sensual.
Yeah, some of y'all are too much in y'all sensual feelings, man. Go ahead.
Devilish.
And we know what the devil is about. He's about confusion. He's about separating. He's about pulling you away from the strength. He's about keeping you in that double-minded, unstable spirit, man. Y'all got to see it. There's a reason why you can't take correction. There's a reason why some of y'all can't, you get corrected and you just don't know how to say con and keep it moving. There's a reason why when your husband puts things in orders, you can't take it. There's a reason why when a sister checks you, you can't take it.
Shut down.
You shut down or you implode or explode or whatever it is you do. There's a reason why there's no, the humility is at a low. There's a reason why a lot of sisters didn't understand and you making plans for next year. Oh, next year we gonna get our own Airbnb. But then get your own Airbnb then. You ain't going to be a part of us. Get your own Airbnb. If that's the thought in your head, that we should have did our own thing to be comfortable, then you're in the wrong mind. It wasn't about being comfortable. It wasn't about being comfortable. I slept cramped up on an air mattress and then cramped up on a pull-out bed just to be around. I didn't care about comfortability. That wasn't in my mind. I was ready to sleep in my truck to be around. I would have made the bed in the back of the truck. If y'all don't believe me, I brought blankets out and everything ready. But y'all worried about being comfortable and what's convenient. Instead of saying, you know what? Wait a minute. I'm here with sisters. I'm here with these brothers. Let me pick their brains. Let me just sit around and listen to a conversation. Let me just be around in a good spirit. Y'all plotting and planning on how to do something different next year. If that's the mind, you ain't gonna make it till next year. Don't y'all see that? You won't make it. You already separated, man. But it's emotion. It's Satan playing with you and moving you out the way for the next crop of brothers and sisters that are ready to take hold and move forward. I mean, ain't that the time of the year that we in? It's purging time, right? Before every Passover and after every Passover, multitude show up, multitude leaves, and I'm never surprised. I'm just like, oh well, that's the time of the year, and it's brothers and sisters, it's children, it's all that. And this full room will go and shrink down to 3 seats. Right? And 2 of the seats will be up here. Ooh, yeah. It's that real sometimes.
Yeah.
It's that real sometimes. The ones that's been around long enough, you've seen it. Yeah. You've seen it. Read on.
Verse 16. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion.
There is what?
Confusion.
Why are y'all still rolling in confusion? Why is there confusion in the households, in your spirit? Why are you confused on your mission, on your duty, on what it is you're supposed to dedicate to the Most High? I know what I gotta give. I know what I've given. Why is there still confusion on? Wait, well, do I put my right foot in? Pull my right foot out? Do I put a whole toe in? Do I put my body? Like, some of y'all are moving in this confused mind like, I don't know what to do. Well, if you put yourself in the right position to see what to do, then you would know. But it's still confusion with some of us that's been around long enough to see how to move. And some of y'all ain't been around long enough. I get it. Even the more you should have took the opportunity. Oh, I ain't been around a long time, but let me take the opportunity to be around in this setting. You should have been even more anxious. Listen, the aquarium is going to be there. San Antonio is going to be there. Driving around and cruising the San Antonio streets and sitting up in a hotel room, that's going to be there, man. But what happens if we can't? What happens if they lock down something next year and we can't gather like what happened last year? See, some of y'all ain't learned. We couldn't do that last year. We had to sit up in this brother's house, cramped up, 50 deep, right?
In the living room.
In the living room.
That branches over into the dining room.
Right. That branched out into the backyard.
God.
Trying to keep Passover, trying to keep what the Bible says for us to do. Trying to endeavor to build that bond and that unity. Ephesians, the 4th chapter. Some of y'all weren't here for that. That's why you're like, oh, well, I didn't see that last year. That was a struggle just to get that rolling. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. But we did it. We did it because that's what the Most High is requiring from us. There's no confusion on his part. You confused?
La.
I'm not confused. So I know what we got to do.
God.
Right? Go to Jude. Read 16 again.
James chapter 3, verse 16.
Right?
For where envying and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work.
Right. And that's why there's evil works amongst us, man. That's why you're getting caught up in the street, getting caught up with this person, with that person, in this situation, in that situation. Why? Because you're still confused on your duty. You still walking the fence, like riding the fence. Read Jude 1 and 18.
Jude chapter 1 verse 18.
Right?
Jude chapter 1 verse 18. How that they told you there should be mockers.
There should be what?
Mockers.
There should be what?
Mockers.
Yeah, some of y'all mock unity, man. Y'all don't get it. Y'all think that when when it says in Psalms 133, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity, it's like the precious ointment. Y'all mock that. Like, that ain't real. That don't make sense. You mock it, not realizing that it's one of all the Bible is real, but that's one of the realest scriptures. That's one of the scriptures you can live out every single day of your life if you just stand next to a brother and talk. That's one of the realest scriptures. If you just stand next to a sister and just talk, you'll see the unity, how certain things in your life can be alleviated just with a conversation.
True.
Oh, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. Hey, well, no, you're looking at things wrong. Hold on, let's look at it like this. Oh, you going through that? Well, guess what? I got this. That should help. Oh, you need this? Well, oh, man, I got extra. Here you go. And it's all just a conversation. Sometimes it's just you showing up and a brother saying, hey, Ak, you good? And you just, yeah, I'm all right. Oh, no, Ak, what's going on? And then you spill your guts and you get that healing. It's that simple, but some of y'all mock that. You mock it because you don't approach to it. You act like it's not a real thing. The Bible says it, so it's real. But some of us act like it's not real. That's Psalms 133. We do it every weekend, right? We do it in English and in Hebrew. Right? We do it in 2 languages for everybody. That's a very, very powerful scripture. And it's, 6 scriptures? Real short book, right?
Chapter.
Real short chapter. Excuse me. Read that again.
Jude chapter 1 verse 18. How that they told you there should be mockers in the last time.
Yeah, I could do better all by myself. I could do good all by my lonesome. I could do bad by myself. That's how some of us are thinking, and you're mocking what the word says. Read on.
Who should walk after their own ungodly lust.
They should do what?
Walk after their own ungodly lust.
Yeah, it's an ungodly thing to want to be separate. It's an ungodly thing to not want to be joined in unity. It's an ungodly thing to want to be, oh, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to just make my own way. Listen, let's be real. And the reason why I'm talking about it in this way is because I got to see how to think about things. We had an opportunity to get an Airbnb. We could have got an Airbnb 5 minutes away from where the Passover was held. The Passover was on the north side of San Antonio. The compound that we got was on the southwest side of San Antonio.
An hour away.
And what did we do? We going down to the south side. Meet me on the south side, right? We went to the south. We could have got an Airbnb right next to it. But what would have been the point of doing that? If we up here and everybody else is down here, what would have been the point? That would have been us following our own lust. Oh, we don't want to drive. We don't want to burn the gas. We don't want to waste the time. That would have been us doing that.
We don't want to have an uncomfortable sleeping arrangement.
Yeah.
We don't want to be so close up on top of another person.
Where before you got down to the compound, where were you going to sleep? Did you know?
No, I didn't know.
That's my point. That was the whole point. Before I got there, I didn't know I was going to sleep. There was no bed set up for me or nothing like that. We just made it happen. But that wasn't in my mind. Like, you know what? Where am I going to sleep at, brother? Me, my rib, and my kids. Where they going to be at? I can't. They got to be comfortable. I don't give a damn about they comfortable. I don't give a damn. They had to be around with other kids. I wanted my kids to be with the other kids. And guess what we did? Y'all get off y'all phones. No phones. Y'all gonna sit here and talk to each other. Y'all gonna build the unity amongst yourselves. But you know what's funny? You know what's funny about kids? We didn't even have to tell them that. They just naturally did it. My son, he linked up with Daniela and the other little ones, and they listen. I didn't see him all day until 2 in the morning. This dude will wake up, gone. And I'm like, man, I ain't even gonna worry about him. There was so much land, he'd just come back dirty, like a big mud pile. Okay, bro, get in the shower, go to sleep, wake up, do it again. He wasn't worried about, man, my phone, like, Dad, can I use the tablet? He wasn't asking about no video games. There wasn't even no TVs there. There wasn't even no TVs there. They wasn't asking like, oh, can we watch TV? They wanted to be with each other.
Right.
These little kids that don't know nothing. But that's why the Bible says out of the mouth of babes. So it's sad when the children are a better example than us grown-ups. It's sad when the children are just doing the natural things that kids do, and it puts us on blast. We got to be ashamed of ourselves, man.
Yeah.
We got to be ashamed of ourselves, but it shows that now we understand why Yahweh Shai said if you don't come like a child, you can't enter into the kingdom. Because a child ain't sitting there worried about, oh, well, my comfortability. They didn't care about that. They was sleeping on the hard floor. They was falling off the air mattresses. They did not care. But we so caught up in how things are going to be and how comfortable and what's going to make me feel good that, you know what, I got to go make my own preparations over here. And you lost out. You missed out. Mm-hmm. Listen, some of y'all, listen, I'm not going to say names, but one brother, his daughter got injured behind him not doing what he was supposed to be doing. That's how the spirit be checking, man. The spirit will check you quick. Because you're not putting yourself on the line. You putting your whole house on the line.
Yep.
And when that spirit hit, you can only sit back and say, you know what? Damn, I messed up. That's all the brother could say is, when we showed him, like, yeah, well, that happened because do. All he could do is sit back and say, damn, I messed up. Too late. We know you messed up. The evidence is right there. The evidence is right there. We know you messed up. Stop rolling with the emotion. Read on. Stop following your ungodly lusts. Read on.
These be they,
right,
who separate themselves.
They do what?
Separate themselves.
They do what?
Separate themselves.
Right. Through desire, a man having separated himself. The desire is that lust. The desire is that sensuality. I need to feel good. I need to do things on my own time. Man, listen, we have fun, right? We toured the city. We did it together, though. We did it together. The ones that wanted to be together, we did it together, and it was fun. We had a whole boat to ourselves when we took the boat ride. We had the whole boat to ourselves. And we took a nice boat ride around the river walk and walked the river walk and ate together and shut down Yard House.
Did the tourist things?
Yeah. Like one big happy family. We had the whole Yard House, one whole side of Yard House to ourselves. We damn Debo Yard House. We can't seat 30 people. Well, you gonna do it tonight? And guess what? They did it. They had no choice. Yeah, we'll give you this table, and this table. Next thing you know, we got all the tables. And they couldn't say a word, man. We paid our tab. They was happy. We gave them a nice tip. And we was up. But the point is, we did it together. Everything, you can still have fun, but why not do it together, especially when you're given that opportunity? Outside of class, us yelling and screaming scriptures at y'all, you want to take the opportunity to sit with brothers so you can really know them. This is, I always say class and drilling and these things, they're formalities. These are things that we do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But there's informal times that a lot of y'all miss out on. You miss out on it because you're so caught up in, well, I sat in class for the whole week. I went to this, I went to that, I'm tired. Got to get me some sleep. I sat in class all week. I got to do this, I got to do that. I'm sick. Got to get me some rest. Sat in class all week. I did this, I heard that. But there's times when you're supposed to fight through that. You're supposed to fight through that and say, you know what? Let me sit down with a brother. Let me sit down with a sister. Let me get to know them. Just as much as we want to get to know y'all. It's not about just y'all, it's us too. We set it up so that come one, come all. Anyone could just pop right in. There was no gate. There was no door code, right? When you pull up to that thing, it was just open. 4 houses, and you just venture off into it. Oh, shalom, shalom. Like, that's how it was set up.
God.
It was set up perfectly for the ones that would have took advantage of it. I mean, come on, I'm a one. You sat there the whole time. Come on, tell him. Tell him. I could sit here and harp on it, but tell him.
What was your radio name?
Oh, the walkie?
Yeah, your walkie.
Brothers had walkie-talkies. Listen, we had a Pollo Loco. You had cats have some weird names.
My car had a River Dog, and because River Dog was taken, I was El Gato de Rio.
See? Listen, we had fun, man.
We were chilling.
We had fun. I think everything we did was it was fun. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. Read on.
Sensual.
Right?
Having not the Spirit.
Yeah, and it shows who got the Spirit on them and who don't. The Spirit, it's showing you that you got to be in the Spirit to understand what do I do in the Spirit. Meaning, I got to have the Spirit of understanding on me to know that this is the time where I gather and not run. This is the time where I join up all the more and not separate myself. I got to be in the Spirit. You want to know what the Holy Ghost is? That's it. The Holy Spirit is that. Understanding when to do something and when not to. Come on, man. You mean to tell me that what San Antonio had to offer as a city was more important than what we had to offer each other? Hell nah. Hell nah. I didn't even leave that compound but to go to Walmart. Because I just wanted to kick it. I wanted to kick it with the bro. Y'all heard me the whole time. I can't wait to get to San Antonio. Just want to kick it. Just want to kick it. Just want to kick it. Just want to see bros. Just want to this. Just want to that. Because that's the spirit we're supposed to be in. Preferring one another. Exhorting one another. Pushing one another. Not separating. Go to John 3:19. So emotions is one reason. And y'all said this reason. Some of us just don't want to be reproved, man. Y'all don't want to see. You don't want no one to see the real you. Some of y'all be hiding behind those walls in your house. I'm gonna just hide at the house. Or when I come to class, I'm gonna fake it. I'm gonna fake it with a smile and a strong shalom, a strong salute, and then when I get home, I'm a demon all over again.
Kind of, it's almost like dating, and when you're dating someone, you see all the good, but then when y'all get married and y'all living under one roof, there's nowhere that you can hide all the other stuff. Like the way you are when you're not on that date in that nice arena, you can't hide it when y'all live together. It's the same way. The more you're spending time with brothers, and you're so closely knit, you can't hide those defects. They're just gonna come out, and a lot of people don't want it. They don't want them to be. They don't want to be found out. They want to stay in the dark. They're like, yeah, I want to come and look crispy and clean to class or to whatever function we got going on, but I don't want to be in those intimate moments where I might reveal myself.
Sensual, having not the Spirit. Sis.
I understand what you're saying. When you are dwelling amongst your family, amongst each other, you can see other spirits on them. And I actually had an opportunity to meet a young lady from Rochester, and she just kind of, I don't know, she kind of just pulled on me, and we end up, talking and, exchanging scriptures back and forth with one another. And, just by talking to her, it taught me a lot. Because a lot of the things that she was going through, it actually literally happened to me. And so I had to go back to the same scriptures that I was sending her, and I had to read them. Because I was like, well, that was for a reason. So, I can tell you how. So it is power in that, because you never know what you're going to deal with. And if you're not amongst people, you won't know. It's work, not just within the four walls. You have to go out.
Yashikar, look on your foot.
And then be able to
Look on your foot. You got something crawling on your foot. It crawled over. Right. No, sis, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But that's the whole point. I'm gonna be there to administer, but then I have to, the same things that I administer, I have to put that mirror to myself.
Yeah.
So it forces everybody to kind of be honest. But again, if you're not there to do it, you don't know who you could have helped. See, different spirits cling to different spirits, right? And your spirit, like you said, she had this certain sister attached onto you, right? But it wasn't to attach onto you to talk about Wendy Williams and some crap going on in the world. Y'all were dealing spiritually. But we all can be that for each other. But you have to be there. You got to know who's the strength and who's not. Who needs to be, everyone needs somebody to lean on, but you got to have something to lean on.
Right.
It's a vice versa thing. But if you ain't there, you don't know what part you play. You could be the strength for someone and somebody's being the strength for you. And it just keeps doing this, and that's really what it is. We're all the strength for one another. It just goes around. But if somebody backs out of it, then there's a bridge, there's a breach, there's a gap. Ooh. And that's the problem. The like-mindedness. Read John 3:19.
John chapter 3 and verse 19. And this is the condemnation.
Right?
That light is coming to the world.
And this is where brothers and sisters condemn themselves. This ain't us condemning you. You condemn yourself. Because the light is there. Right? The wisdom, the knowledge, all the experience is there. I'm not the light. Yahweh Shai is the light. The wisdom is the light. All we do is try to administer, thus saith the Lord. And we have experience coupled with the knowledge of the Bible, coupled with more experiences, right? And all we can do is just offer those things together and say, hey, look, you're dealing with this because of this. Or this good thing happened to you because of this. Keep moving. That's all we could do. Well, the Bible says move like this. That's all we can do is open the door for that light to shine in. That's all we did. We opened the door for the light to shine. That compound was open if anybody wanted to roll up. From any camp, from any state. Listen, we wasn't checking IDs at the door, man. Anybody could have rolled in. There was no security. Like, oh, you know what? Stand at the gate and make sure that this type of... Bro, anybody could have rolled up in there. That's how open it was.
The brothers have to walk up and show they tattoo.
Yeah, your Wakanda. Nobody had to do that. No, the door was open, but only for the ones that were in the spirit. Only the ones that were spiritual enough to understand the significance. Read.
And men love darkness.
Men what?
Men love darkness.
Yeah, only the sensual, emotional cats love darkness. The ones that are in the spirit, they want to be in the light. That's why the class is step into the light. Go ahead.
Rather than light.
Read.
Because their deeds.
Because of their what?
Their deeds.
Because of their what?
Their deeds.
It's your own doing. It's the things you want to do. It got nothing to do with us or the people around you. It's the things that you want to give yourself to that stops you from being around. That puts in your head that unity is not important. Gather together, O nation not desired. Forsaking the assembly of the manner of some is. The some is the ones that, read it again.
And men love darkness.
Right?
Rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
Yeah, the ones that forsake the assembly is because their deeds are evil, man. They don't want what they do to be shined on, that light. Because light is always going to cast out darkness. Light will always cast out darkness. Read on.
For everyone that doeth evil hated the light.
That's why you separate yourself. You hate. You see that emotion? You see that emotion? You see that? A man's desire because he got hate in his heart. Because he got strife and envy and bitter envying in his heart. And contention in his heart. Read on.
Neither come into the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
Yeah, I don't want to be told anything. I don't want to be corrected. I don't want brothers to see me for really what I really am. But that means that you're here for the wrong reason. You're here for the wrong reason. Because the one thing I do know as long as I go and I stand next to Kazakia, he's going to tell me something about me that needs to either improve or do better, or he's just going to keep pushing me. I know that for a fact. It ain't. I know that man in and out. I know the one thing about Kazakia, he ain't going to hold his tongue. In no way, shape, or form. But why is my mind like, let me go be next to Kazakia? Let me go be next to the brothers. Let me go be next to Kazakia. Let me roll with Kazak.
That's how you grow.
Yeah, because I want to grow. I don't want to be the same niggard, the same person I was yesterday. So I know that, what is he going to do for me? Well, he's going to show me how not to be that. But that's only because I want it. That's only because my emotions ain't going to get the best of me and take what he tells me personal. When he corrects me like, oh, see, you just don't like me, and I start making it a personal vendetta. Or I start shutting down, or I start, you know what? Man, let me go over to the next, let me move over to the next house.
Wow.
Because I stay in the house with him. It's like, you know what? This ain't working out. Let me go to the river house, right? We had the river house. Well, what was the name of the houses? We had the river house.
The big house.
The big house.
The slaughterhouse.
The slaughterhouse. And the river house, right? We was listen. But the mind wasn't, let me run away from what could happen. The mind was, let me be by the brother that's strong, that I'm trying to be like, that I'm trying to be strengthened by. Iron sharpeneth iron. Some of us don't want to be sharpened. We just want to be the same dull instrument that we were. That's something you got to wrestle with. Because if you hear trying to do that, then you hear for the wrong reason. Once again, read on.
But he that doeth truth cometh to the light.
He that what?
But he that doeth truth cometh to the light.
Go ahead.
That his deeds may be manifested.
Right, so even if you do make mistakes, even if you do things the wrong way, and you're shown to do things the right way, constructive criticism, teaching moments, whatever you want to call it, a check, a reproof, whatever you want to call it, a man that does truth is going to consider and say, you know what? You got me. Let me do it the right way. It's not about not being corrected at all because I'm doing truth, so I'm perfect. None of us are perfect. But it's about, you know what? I made a mistake. The brother showed me. Let me move out of that mistake. But let's go back. Why is there bitter, envying, strife, contention, fighting, backbiting, murmuring, misconceptions, misunderstanding, evil suspicions just between husband and wife? That ain't even like brother and brother. Like, you got husband and wife that got evil suspicions against each other. That's sad as hell. That is sad. When you got to sit there and suspect your husband, when you got to sit there and suspect your wife. Why? Well, because in the moments where you should have took the moments to say, you know what? How am I supposed to approach this situation? Am I supposed to move with this bitter envy, strife, backbiting, murmuring, double-mindedness? Let me go see the ones that aren't double-minded. That's what I would do. Let me go talk to the non-double-minded brother. Right? Or no? Yeah, let me go talk to the bro that's been consistent. Let me go sit with him for a second, pick his brain. Let me wear out his footsteps. Right? So I can find out a way to alleviate what's going on in my head. But some of y'all sat with the contention. You sat around the double-mindedness. You sat with the hate. You sat with the evil suspicion. Because you preferred to be around that than strength. Read.
That they are wrought in the Most High.
Go back to Proverbs 18. and 1. That again.
Proverbs chapter 18 verse 1.
Go ahead.
Through this man, having separated himself, seeketh and intermeddleth with all wisdom.
Go ahead.
A fool hath no delight in understanding.
Go ahead.
but that his heart may discover itself.
And a lot of y'all's heart, it was discovered. The scriptures say, your heart is, what does it say? Where your treasure is, your heart will be also.
Yes.
Some of y'all's heart was discovered that you don't treasure the brothers and sisters. You don't treasure your people. You rather treasure the things of this earth. And you don't understand what time we really in. It showed that you have a different agenda and that you'll blaze your own path to the kingdom if you had to. That's not even a real thing, is it?
No. If you could.
If you could, you would try to blaze your own path to the kingdom. But the Bible says there's only one path. Fire on one side, water on the other side, and there's a straight and narrow. Part of that straight and narrow is having to endeavor to keep the unity. Endeavor to fight for unity and unifying and coming together and preferring one another. That's part of that path. But some of us think like, no, I'm going to make it a different way. I don't got to do it the way they do it. Go to Jeremiah 32 and verse 39.
Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 39.
Read.
And I will give them one heart.
I will do what?
Give them one heart.
Right. Be all in the same mind, same judgment. He said, I will give them one heart. Read.
And one way.
Read.
That they may fear me forever.
But see, our problem is, man, we want to make 50 different ways. Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Well, we skinning the cat this way. There's more than one way to get to the... No, there's not. See, you can skin a cat 50 ways, but to get into the kingdom, there's only one way. There's only one surefire way to get into that kingdom. There's only one way to stay out of trials and tribulations that are unnecessary. Go ahead, read on.
That they may fear me forever for the good of them.
For the what?
For the good of them.
Yeah, this is about the good. How do I promote good? How do I promote good in my house? How do I promote good around me? Some of us be walking around and you just got like an evil spirit that lurks. And as soon as things start to go a little bit good, what happens? That demon overshadows everything. It'd be good at garments, and then you go home and it's just a brawl at your house till 3 a.m. It's like, damn, we thought it was all good, sis. No, it's not all good because you don't know how to promote good. You don't know how to put yourself in the parameters of good. Why? Because I'm doing things my way. I'm blazing my own path. I'm a trailblazer.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah.
That's
funny.
I'm a trailblazer. Read it from the top.
Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 39. And I will give them one heart.
Right, you got it?
And one way, that they may fear me forever.
That they may fear me forever. Go ahead.
For the good of them.
Right?
And of their children after them.
Yeah, and their children. What are you teaching your children? What are we teaching our children? Well, I know what I taught my children. And I know the things that I teach, I try to instill in them and put them in a position to fulfill what the scriptures say. Listen, my kids didn't do school, they didn't do anything. As long as we was up there, I'm like, listen, we up here. School's gonna be there. Y'all can catch up when we get back. And I'm not like, I'm the stickler. No, you're gonna do your schoolwork. But that day, as soon as Kazak and them flew out that Tuesday, I was like, okay, on the ride back, y'all gonna be on y'all schoolwork. That's how I did them. Schoolwork wasn't important when we was up there. I don't care what the hell was going on with school. They could have failed for all I cared. But they wouldn't, though. Why would they not? The Most High is going to give grace. That's the way I look at things. If you do what's pleasing in the sight of the Most High, He'll let your enemies be at peace. So, them not doing school, I didn't get no call from no teacher. I didn't get nothing. I didn't get anything. Like, oh, they were missing. I just had them go home and just make up the work. That's that. Right? And nobody said anything. Like, oh, Noah's missing from this and that. Nobody said anything. I let them know, hey, we doing Passover. Take it or leave it. That's what we doing. School is going to be there. I put all things to the side because everything else could wait. Everything else had to wait. I didn't care about no dog. I didn't care. I got a dog at my house. I didn't give a damn. That dog sat outside the whole weekend. Leave a bowl of food, leave some water. He gonna be good. Or she. Yeah, it's a she. Damn sex with the dog. I don't care, man.
Fine.
Listen, I left my rib behind. Because I'm like, look, I gotta go. I left a day early because I gotta go. Not that I left her behind because she didn't want to roll. She had to finish up the garment. But my mind was on, let's dip, let's do it, let's kick it, let's hang out, let's talk, let's rap. It wasn't. I don't know what y'all think. Like staying up till 7 in the morning and then waking up at 9 and then doing it all again was fun. That wasn't fun. I'm just now recovering from that. Just now recovering. Because it took a toll. It takes a toll to do that. Stay up all day, eat, drink, talk, kick it, and then not sleep. But it was worth it. For me, it was worth it. Read on.
I got a scripture.
Go to Jeremiah 6:16.
Jeremiah 6, verse 16. Thus saith the Most High, stand ye in the ways.
He said, do what?
Stand ye in the ways.
Do what?
Stand ye in the ways.
Yes, the ways. The ways have already been dictated and created. He didn't say make your own way. He said stand in the ways. Go ahead.
And see.
Read.
And ask for the old path.
Wait, he said do what?
And see. And ask for the old path.
Too much of us are trying to make a new path. You hustling backwards, man. Why would I not go down the old path that's already been cleared of cobwebs and traps and booby traps and snares? Nobody ain't falling down this path, but the path I'm about to make, I'm falling off a cliff. I don't even know it yet. Go ahead.
Where is the good way? And what there is.
He said, where is the what way?
The good way.
Where is the good way? And see, the problem with the good way is that it's not always good for some. Because of how that way makes you feel. Because of what that way is going to put you through. Because that way got a little bit of a test and a little bit of a trial. It's not meant to hurt you. It's not meant to harm you. It's just going to try you. See where you at. Hey, duck. Oh, I don't want to duck. Smack. Okay. Hey, jump. Oh, I tripped. Well, you should have jumped. You should have ducked. We know the way already. Just duck. Okay, duck. You ever played a game? You ever played a game where you have the partner, you just got to fall backwards, and they got to catch you?
Oh, the
Trust fall. Oh, God. It's just like that. Now, I know what he's going to say.
I wasn't even thinking it until you said that.
I know what you was going to say. I know what you're about to say. But if we played that game, would I not catch you?
Come.
Knowing that you're about to fall?
Come.
Right. There was an instance that we had. We ain't going to talk about it. He loves bringing it up. Nobody knew what the hell was going on. The brother was falling. Nobody reached out. We didn't know, bro. We thought you were having a seizure.
Even more the excuse to want to try to help me.
Bro, we had all weights in our. We all had weights in our hand. You just don't drop weights. Anyhow, the point is, if I was going to fall back, I would trust that if a brother was behind me, he would try to catch me. That's what I would think. Especially if I say, hey, I'm about to fall back. Catch me. Right? He didn't fall, though. That's the thing. He didn't fall that day. Did you fall?
I fell.
Bro.
I fell very slowly, too. As I was reaching out for brothers.
We didn't know, bro. I didn't know what the hell was happening. You didn't fall, bro. Zion caught you.
Zion and Ariah picked me up and helped carry me to the car.
Dang. Okay, I stand corrected. Don't fall when brothers got weights in their hands. That's it. But the point is,
you gotta set aside every weight in this
wow. Wow. You want to go, God, that was a good one.
Okay.
But the point is the trust. Right? You do the trust exercise, you do these things, you gotta know. Read where we at.
Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16.
Right?
Thus said the Most High, stand ye in the ways and see.
Right.
And ask for the old path.
Go ahead.
Where is the good way?
Where is the what?
The good way.
Where is the good way, man? What is the way that's going to lead to prosperity? Now, I'm not saying we got all the answers, but I know that we're trying. We're trying to give brothers and sisters the good path, the path that the Bible says to follow. Go ahead.
And walk therein.
I mean, come on. Were we telling brothers and sisters to come to the Airbnb and sacrifice your babies in the slaughterhouse? No, we weren't doing that. Like, hey, you know what? Everybody gather together. We're going to sacrifice a baby today. We weren't doing that. Or everybody, hey, y'all all gather together in the garment room. Listen, we set up a garment room in the damn Airbnb just for sisters to come and do garments. Everybody come to the garment room. Everybody's going to put their credit card on the table and then write their PIN number on the top. Wow. And we gonna take. We got the Apple Pay. We just gonna swipe it. Did we do that? No. No. Hell nah. It wasn't about that. Giving something up to get unified. If anything, others took more of a blow to make sure the unity was kept. And some didn't have to give anything but themselves. That's all that was required. What do I got to pay to be at the Airbnb? Nothing. Just come on. Just nothing. Come on. We got it. Nothing, brother. It's good. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. We got you. Oh, but no. You, wife, child, everybody. Come on. Bring the dog. Bring everybody. Come on. It's all good, brother. We'll make a way. Right? That was it. Go ahead.
And ye shall find rest for your souls.
You shall do what?
Find rest for your souls.
You shall do what?
Find rest for your souls.
That's why them spirits keep jumping in the house. That's why your spirit jumps. You have no rest for your soul because you're not doing the things that are going to give you rest. It says unity is like an ointment, a precious ointment. It ain't damn Neosporin that you could go buy at Walgreens. It ain't just a run-of-the-mill ointment. It's a precious ointment. It's going to give your soul peace and rest. Go ahead.
But they said.
But they what?
They said.
But they what?
They said.
But what they say?
We will not.
We will what?
Not.
See? We will not. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do it like that because we ain't sure what's going on down here. We don't know. If I don't know where I'm sleeping at, then you know what? Just go do my own thing, Pouty lip. Do my own thing, right? Go ahead.
We will not walk therein.
You got brothers that, listen, some of y'all wasted y'all time so big time. You got brothers that went down there, did all the unity, did all the kicking it, did all the hanging out, did all that stuff, and then went back to their respective corners and you haven't heard from them yet. You drove down there with a group of brothers and sisters, you get back to where you at, and all of a sudden you cut communication. What sense does that make? To waste all that money on garment, to waste all that money on travel, to waste all your time, just to go back and do the old man thing of not communicating, of not wanting to be around, of giving yourself to your emotions, or letting your family pull you into their chaotic situations. Well, you know, my family and them. Bro, your family was good when you was gone. Why all of a sudden now, your family? They were fine without you. So now you're back, and it's time to dig in even more. You saw brothers sitting there getting promoted, officer of this, 13,000 Zion. Brothers getting soldiers, officer of 1,000. And that should have motivated you. That should have pushed you. You seen all the glorious garments. Cats was looking like superheroes. I know I felt like one. Bro, looking like straight warriors that they was ready to take the kingdom. Bro, I felt great in my garment. I couldn't even believe my rib pulled that off. I was amazed. San Antonio's garments.
Icy. Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, damn, man, this is what it's about. This is why we do what we do. So that when we see each other, if it only be for that one time a year, I can at least sit back and say, you know what? There's other brothers fighting just like me.
So true.
There's other sisters that are going through what I'm going through as a sister. And we're growing, right? We're growing. We added a whole nother school. Brothers and sisters should have saw that and said, damn, man, look at these young people. They look like damn Passover pros, Rochester. They look like pros, like they've been there before.
Con.
They was decked out, ready to go, man. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, but then to do all that and then to go back and not dive in more, to go back and let the drink pull you, or the weed pull you, or your mama pull you, you got to check your mind. You got to check your mind. That stuff shouldn't have pulled you right away, but it showed. Where was your mind at even when you was there? Well, your mind was, you know what? This bunk bed is uncomfortable. You know what? Cass is making too much noise and I'm trying to sleep. You know what? This car ride, this 19 hours is too tight. Man, that should have been the least of your worries. You should have enjoyed the car ride. You should have enjoyed the tightness. It would have made you appreciate the little bit that the Most High gives us. What, laying on that damn air mattress, on that couch, whew, I appreciated my bed. I appreciated my shower. I was like, Barakatah Yahweh for this nice king-size bed.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you for the amenities, because thank you for a baby crib. Because having to sleep next to my little son was the worst. The dude kicked me. He woke up. He peed on me. He screamed. He threw up. He did like. I'm like, man, thank you for him having a crib, Yahweh. Thank you for the ability for me to have him have a crib.
I don't like sleeping with my kids either.
Yeah, bro, it's bad. Especially when you're not used to doing it, then you have to do it. I was like, whoa, this guy is too much.
Want to put them in the headlock, stay still.
Yes, God. So all the things you had to go through just to get there should have put you in the mind of how do I grow, how do we push and grow to make circumstances better? Because that's all it is, right? Well, if I don't like the circumstances that I had to go through the first time, well, how do I add to the body to make it more comfortable? Well, see, there's a fine line between I'm going to do it different next time and I'm going to do it my own way next time. It's a fine line that y'all don't know how to ride that line. You like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get my own Airbnb. Oh, just for you? Okay, con. So you'll be comfortable and everybody else will suffer. Or not suffer, but be together and not even care about the circumstance.
I'm about to say, you might not, I told the brother, it kind of bothered me. I'm glad you brought this class up because it bothered me a lot. The brother was saying, I want to get my own spot, how to be comfortable. I'm like, what makes you better than everybody else?
God, what makes you better than everybody else, man? That's my point. Who the hell is you? Like, I'm gonna get, and why didn't you do it this time? The same ones saying that was the ones that I ain't got no money for an Airbnb. Oh well, you know what? Come on, it's free. The same ones I ain't got no gas money. Well, guess what? Just pack your stuff and hop in. The same ones that had that mind couldn't even afford to get there, and guess what? They got there.
That's true.
They got there. So how could you try to make a circumstance when you can't make a circumstance? You can't change something that you can't even create. We at least had the means to say, you know what? We could do something different, and this is why. Because we had the means to do it. And it wouldn't have been malicious. But even seeing that, what example needed to be had? What did my kids need to see? What did my rib need to see? What did brothers need to see? They needed to see us bunched together like damn sardines. Hell yeah. They needed to see us bunched in vehicles taking a damn motorcade down the highway, commanding the highway. They needed to see order and structure. So we did it. Sisters needed to see it. So we did it. Read where we at.
Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 17.
Read from but they said.
But they said,
right?
Jeremiah chapter 6 verse 16, last precept. But they said,
right?
We will not walk.
We will not do the things that you're doing. I'm going to do my own thing. Go ahead.
We will not walk therein.
Go ahead.
Also, I sent watchmen over you.
He said I did what?
I sent watchmen over you.
Yeah. And we sitting there saying what? It ain't our way. This is what the Bible says. Go ahead.
Hearken to the sound of the trumpet.
Hearken to the what?
Sound of the trumpet.
Now, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not fear? Y'all better listen out what time it is. Y'all better see what time we in. Y'all better watch the times. Y'all tripping out here, man, moving at your own accord moving in them lanes 2, 3, 4 in the morning for no reason. You tripping. Woe to him that's left alone. Ain't that what we've been saying? Read on.
Hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken.
You don't hear no trumpets, huh? All I hear is butterflies flapping wings and elevator music. All I hear is, I just hear R&B, Lil Nas X in my ear. That's all I hear. I don't hear the sounds of war, brother. Where? I'm comfy. This is a peaceful time. We like, no, you don't hear that? You don't hear that? You don't, oh, you didn't see the shooting today in Tennessee? A couple of people got shot at a school? I'm like, who the hell are they shooting in schools? They all online? They still shooting people up in schools, but they all online. Y'all don't hear that? Oh, you didn't hear the shooting in Boulder? You didn't hear that trumpet? Oh, you didn't hear the one in Cali the day before? Oh, you didn't hear the one in, there was like 5 in a row, 5 days in a row. You didn't hear those trumpets being blown? Yep. Oh, okay. So you got to wait for it to hit Texas. That's what it is. You got to wait for it to hit your doorstep so you can feel the trumpet blow in your face. You want to feel the trumpet and all the wind flapping your hair back. You don't just want to hear it. You want to feel it. Okay. Cool. Okay. That's how it seems.
Yeah.
Like you don't just want to hear it. You want to feel it. And the horsemen trampling down your door for you to say, you know what? Let me take this thing seriously. Because y'all are not seeing that the day is approaching. Read on.
Verse 18. Therefore hear, ye nations, and know, O congregation,
read,
what is among them.
Go ahead.
Hear, O earth, behold.
Go ahead.
I will bring evil upon this people.
I will do what?
Bring evil upon this people.
What's he going to do to your house?
Bring evil upon this people.
What's he going to put in front of your children?
I will bring evil upon this people.
What's he going to put in your relationship?
Evil upon this people.
Go ahead.
Even the fruits of their thoughts.
Read on. Even the what?
The fruits of their thoughts.
Go ahead.
Because they have not hearkened unto my word.
Go ahead.
Nor to my law, but rejected it.
So what do we reject? Go back to Hebrews 10:25. Quadazaya, you funny. She said, me and Quadazaya, we grew closer now, becoming blood brother and sister from our cut, from our finger, from the knife. Yeah, we both cut ourselves on the same knife, in the same finger, in the same place.
Wow.
This big butcher knife that we bought to cut the lamb. My phone's blowing up. I turned my head and the knife just touched me. Bing! And it bust my finger wide open. Blood. It bled for hours. And guess what? Having Shalomaya right there, she doctored my finger and wrapped it and took care of me like her own little child. She was wrapping it up and Band-Aids and liquid bandage. And I was like, cool, the water, sis. That's my sister. I love Shalomaya. But imagine if she wasn't there to do that. I would have probably just bled out. I probably would have died right there. Like, I would have just bled all over the lamb. Wow. I would have been dead with the lamb, man. But Shalomaya was there to save me. The unity.
You'd been the Passover?
I would have been part of the Passover lamb. I bled for it. Look, I bled, no sleep, tears, crying. What else is there? But Shalomaya was there, just even in that little thing, she was there, attentive. Boom, let me help you out. Boom. I'd be so out of not even thinking about it. Hey, how's your finger? I look, it's just Band-Aid full of blood. I'm like, dang. She's like, come on, take it off, clean it up, wrap it, fill it with some, whatever she filled it with, wrapped it back up, gauzed it, boom, I'm good. Hours later, hey, let me see your finger. Damn, it's still bleeding, come on. I'm like, damn, cool. Nice. But that's brotherhood, that's sisterhood, that's love.
God.
That's love. Go ahead, read on. Go
the
to
book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 25.
Go ahead.
Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together.
Go ahead.
As the manner of some is.
Read.
But exhorting one another.
Exhorting one another. Go ahead.
And so much the more.
Right.
As ye see the day approaching.
And that's the next point. Some of us don't understand or even see that a day is approaching. What day do you ask, Quadazat? Well, let's talk about it. Let's go to Ephesians 5:14. He said it, I'm going to bring evil on you. He said it, I'm going to put you through calamity if you don't hearken. Some of us keep catching evil and calamity. A lot of things happen. Man, just so many good things happen on that weekend. And where good is, evil is also present. That's just how it is. But how do some of us always catch the bad part of the stick? Why is it to certain people that always catch the bad? You ever ask yourself like, damn, why does that always happen to that person? Why is that person always sick?
Yeah.
Why is he the one that's always getting the ailments? Y'all ever sit back and, what's that?
Or maybe because their spirit is not really into it.
That's exactly what it is. Their spirit is not into it. They're not seeing and being conscious enough to see what's going on. So that when they are given the, hey, you shouldn't, well, you got a weak immune system. Oh, you know what? Well, stop drinking all the damn beers and eat better. Come on, You talk to him 2 days later. So what you doing? Oh, just relaxing, drinking beers. I thought you always sick. The hell?
Then talk to him the next day, sick.
Yeah, then the next day you sick. Well, because the beers destroy your immune system. They destroy your respiratory system. All that drinking. You can't drink like a fish and then don't eat good food to back it up. But no matter how good you eat, if you're always drinking and giving that to your spirit, you're going to be sick. And the ones around you are going to be sick. It's just, there's no way around it. Okay, well, let's see what you're going to do. 2 days later, I'm sick. Well, what'd you do? Well, I didn't do anything. You didn't do anything nothing that was, no, I didn't do, no. Okay, let's try it again. So you get better. A week later, I'm sick. Hey, Shalom, should I come to class? Because I'm sick. Well, damn, are you going to just keep being sick or are you going to listen and not be sick? I mean, come on. The time is approaching. Y'all don't see people dropping dead in their sleep? Some little TV star, she's 30 years old, dropped dead in her sleep. No drug overdose, no nothing. Dropped dead in her sleep. DMX, they don't even know what the hell got him a heart attack. They can't tell you. It wasn't drugs. They lied. It wasn't drugs. The doctor said they don't know what caused his heart attack. Think about it, man. What makes you any different? What makes us any different if we continue to be hard-headed and stiff-necked? If there's a path and I say I don't want to walk in that path, Most High is going to kick you out the way, man. He just going to boot you off the path so that the way can be clear for the ones that want to listen. Simple as that. It's as simple as that. Read where we at. Ephesians 5:14.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, and verse 14. Wherefore he said, awake thou that sleepest.
And do what?
Awake thou that sleepest.
Yeah, this ain't the American dream fairy tale. Wake the hell up. Go ahead.
And arise from the dead.
Read.
And Christ shall give thee light.
Oh, there goes that light. Some of us don't want to step into the light. Go ahead, read on.
See then that ye walk circumspectly. Not as fools.
Not as fools, read.
But as wise.
So I got to know what's going on around me at all times. The people around me. The situations that are going on around me. Go ahead.
Redeeming the time.
Doing what?
Redeeming the time.
Go ahead.
Because the days are evil.
I don't hear the trumpet, brother. I don't see the evil, brother. I don't know. It's all good over here in my little la-la land.
Sunshine and rainbows.
It's sunshine, rainbows, lollipops, gummy bears. I don't know what evil you speak of, brother. Go ahead.
Wherefore, be ye not unwise.
Go ahead.
But understanding what the will of the Most High is.
It says, a fool hath no delight in understanding. Some of us don't care what the will of the Most High is. The will of the Most High is for us to fortify the unity. It's for us to fortify our bonds through any means. That's the will of the Most High. That's one of the many wills of the Most High. It's for us to come together, put off all the excuses, all the reasons why not to, and fight for the reasons to. Ephesians, the 4th chapter. Get that? Somebody get that real quick.
Done.
I didn't have it in here. I'm going to throw it in here. I keep talking about it.
You know, the reason why not to is the weakest most simplest thing to do. Like, you can find a billion reasons. If you can find a billion reasons why not to, why not find 10 billion reasons why to?
God.
Why not overpower that spirit that keeps coming on you of, well, you know what? I don't want to put nobody out. Oh, I don't want nobody to feel uncomfortable, or I feel uncomfortable around so many people, or this, that, or the other. Whatever excuse might pop up in your head. Why not go to bat with that excuse and say, well, you know what? Let me look at the positive side of things instead of letting that run your mind, because brothers and sisters that negative spirit will run through your mind, and it's like an open wound, and it just festers and builds and pusses up, and then it goes from just being on the inside to people can see it on you on the outside.
That's true.
Yeah, sometimes it's just finding the one reason why. Be not overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good. Sometimes you just, instead of acting on the one positive thing and moving in faith, you let the 100 reasons why not to overshadow the good.
God.
And sometimes that's all you need. It says if you have faith of a mustard seed, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the smallest seeds on earth. That's all you need. You got to ride with that. So what he's saying is absolutely correct. Read Ephesians 4.
God. Book of Ephesians, chapter 4, and verse 1.
Somebody else get me Romans 13 and verse 11. Go ahead.
I therefore, the prisoner of the Most High,
Some of us don't want to be prisoners. Go ahead.
beseech you
Right?
that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherein ye were called.
How can you walk in something that you're called if you're still confused about your calling? Because you don't want to stand around long enough for somebody to show you the calling. You don't want to be there long enough for somebody to show you how to get out of one calling and get into the right calling. Go ahead.
With all lowliness.
With all what?
Lowliness.
See, there got to be a level of humility on all of us to be able to be told and corrected and exhorted. You got to have humility. You got to have humility to be congratulated sometimes. Somebody congratulates you on something or oh, that's a good job. You got to have humility, because then what'll happen? You'll get big-headed. Go ahead.
And meekness.
Read.
With long suffering.
Long suffering. Go ahead.
Forbearing one another in love.
See that this is the will of the Most High about us forbearing one another. To forbear someone, that means that there's things about them that I'm not so keen to wanting to be around. I gotta forbear this, man. I gotta forbear the fact that a brother snores so loud he just keeps you awake at night. I gotta forbear all those things.
The symphony.
I gotta forbear the symphony of snores. When he snores out and in. On the breathe in, on the breathe out. Like, damn, you gonna breathe out and snore? Like, bruh. I gotta forbear that. I gotta forbear the fact that there's a bunch of us crammed up in a space meant for maybe 4 or 5 people, but it's 30 of us in the space. We gotta forbear and learn how to clean up. Okay, clean up the mess. Clean this up. Keep this organized. Keep the bathroom clean. Keep that clean. Move the hair out the tub. Do this. Do that. I gotta forbear. I can't let those things piss me off to the point where the next time it comes up that we gotta gather, it's like, well, man, they leave hair in the tub, so I can't be around that.
They're dirty.
They don't keep the bathroom as clean as I would, so I ain't gonna be around that. I gotta forbear that. I can't let that divide. Some of us let those things divide, and you try to plot on next year. You're not going to make it if you're already plotting on next year how to not be around. I'm sorry, you just won't. You're going to get burned up in all these classes. You're going to get burned up in all the instances that were meant to keep pushing the unity and keep the endeavoring and keep the forbearance going. You won't forbear, and you won't make it to Passover next year. Whatever way we do it. I think next year we're going to be in Virginia. Next year we're going to be in Virginia. Somebody find the compound now. Right? Somebody find the 48 bedroom now, because that's what we're going to need, right? 50 beds. That's what we're going to need, right?
On the beach, down by the beach.
Right? Something. But the point is, you won't make it if your mind is, how do I not forbear the things that I don't like about people, other people? The whole point is to forbear. Unity, love. Go ahead.
Endeavoring to keep the unity
right
of the spirit and the bond of peace.
Yeah. If I'm not in the mind of endeavoring is a painstaking physical and mental effort. So that means that I got to give effort to this physically. I got to be there. I got to fight. I got to sacrifice sleep, sacrifice time. Mentally, I got to be aware of what's going on. I got to clear my clock. I got to clear my mind and be there mentally. Go ahead.
There is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called.
You see that? We all called to one body and one spirit. Meaning what? I can't have my own agenda. I can't have my own thing going on. I can't have my own thought process on how I'm going to do certain things, how I'm going to unify. There is not a second I unify this way, but y'all going to unify a different way. There is no two types of unity. Unity is unity, man. Coming together is coming together. And really, real unity is coming together under any circumstance. It don't matter what it is, rain, sleet, hail, or snow. What's that, Hakawa?
I'm about to say, just like the guy on the Sabbath gathering sticks by himself, he got put to death.
He got put to death.
The simple fact of him being by himself and not in unity with the brothers.
Simple as that. That's why he said, I would not walk in that path. He said, calamities will hit you. So yeah, you're going to gather sticks, but you're going to die. You're going to get ate up by the lion in the way because you're not with the strength. Jump back, Romans 13:11.
The book of Romans chapter 13 verse 11. And that knowing the time,
right?
That now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
I mean, the scriptures keep reiterating the same thing to remind us. True. This is the time to wake up. Get out your soap opera of a relationship. Get out the soap opera in your mind and redeem the time. It ain't about you. It ain't about venturing off and being what is it? You like Michael Bourdain? Parts unknown, traveling to unknown parts of the world. Get over it. You'll have your time to do that. You'll have your time to do those things. But what needs to happen now? Read on.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Yeah, a lot of us don't even believe that salvation is coming. You think like, man, I might just die and I'll never see Christ. Well, your thought should be, what if Christ came right now? Am I found so doing? The so doing ain't just, like I did garments a week ago and I'm good now. What am I doing today? What am I showing Yahushua and the Most High today that I deserve to be in the kingdom? How much endeavoring am I doing? How much am I trying to fortify and push the unity? Push the brotherhood, the sisterhood. How much am I giving myself to these things? Again, me, I don't got no problem with any of that. Wherever that I need to be at, I'm there. Y'all know that. Because for me, it don't matter. It's all the same. I don't care if I'm in Rochester. I don't care if I'm in VA. I don't care if I go to the moon. I don't care if I go to Alaska. I don't care if I get sent to Hawaii. To me, it's all the same. It's the same work. You got to be there to teach people. You got to study. You got to guide, and you got to do this, and it's all the same. You got to sacrifice. You got to give up. There's good, there's bad, there's ups, there's downs. It's all the same, no matter what. Read on.
Verse 12. The night is far spent.
Yeah, listen, you spent the night. You had your times to party and kick it. You had your times to do that, man. The night is far spent. You burnt the midnight oil. You burnt the candle on both ends. How many years have we done that? Where you went Monday, ladies' night, or Monday free whatever night, Tuesday this night, Thursday is ladies' night, Friday is whatever night, and then Saturday you went to the club 5 days a week, 6 days a week. Sunday was like a half rest day because you went to brunch and got drunk. The night is far spent. Wow. All the kicking it and lackadaisical movements. Come on, man, you did that already. Some of us are so still caught up on like family outings. You can still do family outings in the truth. But all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient. Again, we did a family outing. We had, y'all saw us on the boat, right? Y'all saw us? It was beautiful. But you know what would have pissed a lot of people off? The amount of time we had to stand in line just to get on the boat. I think we stood there for like 45 minutes. And guess what we did? We just talked.
Make time fly.
We just talked and just kicked it. Like me and Zion rapping, catching up. Here, hold the baby. You an uncle. Take photos. Talking. Sisters from San Antonio. Shalom. How you been? We just talked. Just killed the time. We sat there for 45 minutes in line and nobody even cared. Nobody even cared. Nobody even thought about it until I just thought about it now. I'm like, we sat in that line for a mighty long time, waiting for a boat. But see, the ones that don't know how to endeavor, that don't know how to occupy their mind with the right things, man, why are we waiting here so long? Man, why is it taking so long? Man, why does it cost so much money to get on this boat? Man, this, man, that. They find an excuse for why things can't happen. Where we just, man, how you doing? Man, yeah, Con, what's going on with this? Oh, yeah, what's going on with that? People coming up to us, seeing the unity. Are you guys Jews? Esau roll up like, are you guys Jews? Matter of fact, we are.
Oh,
never seen black Jews today. I've never seen black Jews before. I've traveled the world. Well, you see some now. You see some now. Another Edomite. Do you mind if my wife takes a picture of the back of your shirt? Go right ahead. Y'all gotta learn too. Go right ahead. But the whole time they sitting there like, damn, these black Negro babies are so well behaved. Because even the kids was standing there just chilling, like, well, guess that's what we doing, right? This is what we doing, right? They were Noah. Listen, y'all know Noah. He don't keep still for nothing. The dude was just standing there like, man, okay. And we was just sitting there talking. He was sitting there talking with Zion. Everybody locked into the same mind. We're about to go have fun, but we can still do it together. Locked into the same mind, the same judgment. Even the kids followed suit. It's crazy, but it's not. That's the spirit. Read on.
The night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
Yeah, man, you got to step into the light. Cast off that old man that don't want to be around, that don't want to be told nothing, that's emotional. That just, I want to, I'm just an invert, loner, the lonely loner. Get rid of that Kid Cudi spirit, man. Or go put on a dress just like Kid Cudi. Read on.
And let us put on the armor of light.
Yeah, take off the dress and put on the armor. We ain't no Kid Cudis up in here. The lonely loner needs to be alone at night. We ain't doing that. Go ahead.
Let us walk honestly.
Let us do what?
Walk honestly.
Let us walk honestly, man. Go ahead.
As in the day.
Read.
Not in rioting.
Not in what?
Rioting.
We can't be so quick to want to go riot. We gather for that. Like, oh, they partying over there. Let me go unify with that. Ain't no honesty in that. Read.
And drunkenness.
Oh, well, they drinking over there. They got bottles, yo. They got the Henny. They got the Douce. I'm about to be over there. We'll run to that. But hey, we over here just talking. What's up? Oh, well, that ain't fun. That ain't fun for me. That ain't going to appease my spirit. I need some drink. I need some this, some food. Y'all, what y'all eating on? What y'all drinking on? What y'all sipping? Nothing. We just sipping on this word. Oh, well, I'm a rain check. Okay. God. Read on.
Not in chambering.
Read.
And wantonness.
Go ahead.
Not in strife and envy.
Yeah, man. Get off them emotions. Read on.
But put ye on Yahushua and make not provision for the flesh.
And do what?
Make not provision for the flesh.
There's too much making a provision for our flesh and for that flesh mind. There's too much. Let me set up something for that. Let me set up something for myself to be comfortable. How about I don't know where I'm going to sleep at, but I'm there. I'll figure it out when I get there. How about that? Like, hey, if I got to sleep sitting up, I'm fine as long as I'm there. How about, you know what? I'm not even worried about sleeping. Just want to kick it. Just want to be around bros. Just want to be around the love, the strength. I just want to have a good convo. I just want to have a conversation that's going to help promote my mind and help promote my growth and not have some dumbass conversation that I got to sit back and try to recollect brain cells after I'm done. Have a conversation where you lose brain cells, you're like, damn, did I just get stupider talking to this person? Con, how about having a conversation where brain cells are swapped back and forth?
Being stimulated.
Yeah. You feel the spark like, oh, dang, bro. I didn't even, wow. Oh, see? About to go and clap. Why should I do this clap? Like, how about that? Go ahead.
To fulfill the lust thereof.
Right. Let's close it out. 2 Corinthians 4:3.
2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 3. But if our gospel be hid.
And I'm going to say this. The scriptures say, let he that have an ear, let him hear. If what I'm saying is still not clear, and it's like a hidden, like, I don't get it, then this is you. Read on.
It is hid to him. It is hid to them. They're lost.
Yeah, you're lost. If you're not getting what I'm saying, then you're lost. Read on.
And who, the God of this world, have blinded the minds of them, which believe not.
And you need to check your belief. You need to examine yourself whether you be in the faith. You have to take the wool from your eyes. If you like, man, I don't understand why he's dropping this class. I don't get it. Like, what? Ugh. If you feel some type of way, I'm talking to you. Said it from the beginning. Those that know, he that have an ear, let him hear. If the shoe fits, wear it, own it, change. But if you still sit, I don't get it. Like, why is he talking to us like that? Well, you lost. And you still blinded by the thoughts of the world. Go ahead.
Least the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach.
Read.
Who is the image of Yahweh.
Read.
Should shine unto them.
And this is why the light can't hit you. This is why the light can't even sprinkle on your toes, because you don't want it to. Going right back to that John. But read on.
For we preach not ourselves.
This ain't about me. This ain't about us. This ain't about, oh, we did this glorious thing. We know what we did, and we know what we did it for. We did it for the Most High. By Hashem Yahweh Shai. We know why we do things. This ain't to promote us, to make us look good. This ain't about me. This ain't about Kazakia. This ain't about Zion. It ain't about Arya. It ain't about that. Shatak. Like, oh, just did it to make themselves look. Hell no. We really did it for us. We did it for us. Think about it. Did we have class while we was in the Passover that whole time? Why not? Because what's the point of having class when everybody was supposed to be sitting around amongst each other? What the hell are we going to do class for? Con. But even the days when we didn't gather for the one Passover evening where everybody got there late and we had to rush, the other times we could have went to San Antonio and did class. I could have did class from San Antonio. So could Kazak. We got the invite. Awar said it. Y'all want to do class? Y'all got it. Everybody should be gathered around together. All the people that are in class should be there with us. So ain't no point in doing class. We live and direct with each other. We get to feel, touch, smell, breath, all that. Look into a cat's eyes. That's the best. You can look into a cat's eyes. Forget the phone. Let me look at you. Let me see how you deal with certain talk. Some of us avoided it. Go ahead.
But Hamashiach Yahushua,
right?
The Lord.
Read.
And ourselves, your servants.
Our what?
Ourselves, your servants.
This is part of our servitude, is to continue to make sure that we facilitate the unity. We facilitate things to promote unity. We're always going to do it. The ones that want it got to step to it. We can't force nobody. We can't force anybody to see. All you can do is just say, you know what? Let me look at the things that are going on around me. My household, my relationships, my children. Why aren't things moving the way I feel they should be? Well, because you're not trying to step to that light. Read on.
For Yahushua's sake.
Right, read.
Sake. For God, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness.
Read.
Have shined in our hearts.
Right, he's given us all the opportunity, man, for that light to shine in our spirit, in our heart, in our mind. To do things that are the truth, to do the truth, to come to the light. Y'all see this? Go ahead.
To give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God.
Because truthfully, you can't teach nobody anything about Christ if you don't want to unify. I don't care what you know. I don't care how much braid. Like I don't care how black Christ is in your mind. If you don't teach about unity, then you ain't teaching Christ. Because what's the first thing he did when he got on the scene? He unified with brothers. He gathered his 12. That's the first thing he did. The first thing he did, he walked. Hey, you two come here. You two come here. Y'all two come here. Judas, you come too. He gathered his men and unified with brothers. And they walked together. That's the first thing he did. So if you're not in that mind, you can't. It don't matter how black he is. It don't matter how well you got the breakdown. Oh, he's black. He's black and he's Job 30:30 and Jeremiah 4. It don't matter. None of that matters. If the one thing that's not in your mind is the unification of brothers and sisters. Go ahead.
To give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God and the face of Yahushua HaMashiach.
Any questions? I just got to spank. Haven't got one of those in a long time. I love it. I wasn't trying to spank y'all. I wasn't trying to spank you, Moshe. I had to say this because y'all don't understand. I had to. It's enough is enough. There's too much going on in individuals' minds and individual households where if you're not understanding why things are happening, it's because you're not seeing what you should be doing. So,
Khan.
Khan.
I'm glad you brought this class out because I remember the first steps I took on hopping off that plane in San Antonio. A brother had mentioned to me, he was like, "Hey bro, we can't have fun around the brothers, but we have to get a rental car, do stuff on our own. We have to do this and that." He was like, "Well, we can't do nothing around the brothers." But I'm like, "Brother, it ain't about that. It's about living together for the bad." So like, it was bothering me so much. He just kept saying it over and over. He was just like, he was like, "But we have to come back. We have to come back by ourselves." But I'm like, "Bro, you can do your own thing. I'm gonna do what I do." At that point, it was just like,
bruh.
apparently we're not in the same mind. It would just bother me so much. So I'm glad you brought this.
So what are we, just some old farts that don't want to have fun? Because I had fun. We played ball. We drove around. Brothers was in V8 Chargers acting like little kids. Bro, we had fun. I had fun. Right? I mean, I had fun. I don't know. I didn't act like an old fart. I was just tired. But I had fun. The river walk was fun. My kid had fun. My rib had fun. I had fun around the brothers. Brothers wasn't even getting checked like that. Like, bro, all these young brothers I was around, we let them do their thing. We let brothers just be. Hey, rent your car, right? Brothers was renting Chargers and this fast Dodge and that fast Dodge, and it was like, bro, do your thing. Live like a music video. Just be careful. We wasn't up brothers' asses like, where you going? Brothers was free to come and go as they pleased. Just be careful. Be responsible. That's all we ever said. Hey, be careful. Be responsible. And we didn't even say that a lot. Brothers just knew, bro, we ain't out here for foolishness. Don't get caught up in some foolishness when we was out. That's it. We wasn't on no foolishness. We did our thing and we kept it priestly. We have fun. You know, that's sad that a brother thinks that, like, oh, we can't have fun around the brothers. We can have fun, but what type of level of fun are you thinking about? There's that childish, let me get in trouble fun, and there's let's have fun, let's still be responsible, let's act like men, let's show that we got wisdom. We can still have fun and have wisdom.
You know, that reminded me of when I was a kid, and you don't want to hang out with the people that went to church because they didn't have no fun.
Yeah. Listen.
But we ain't Christians.
We had fun, man. We had fun. We threw the football. We had fun, man. We had fun. Sis.
I have a question, please. If a husband and wife or family member, well, I'm gonna keep it husband and wife, and you have a discord inside the home, or the house is in disarray, and everyone's still out gathering, but there's a problem in the home. When do you say, I need to first see about my home? How does that work?
Well, that's the thing. Sometimes you have to say, well, let me see about this gathering, and the problems in my home will take care of itself. Sometimes you need to be around someone that's going to give you that medicine for what's happening at your home. It happens a lot of the times where, like I use when we used to have the mall. Now, when we used to have the mall, brothers wasn't sitting at their house all day. We was in the mall 11 hours of the day, and problems would arise. Problems would arise, and you know, we always had a officer with like a younger brother, and you know, the young bro, he'd come in and he just like, all right, what's going on? Oh, my rib, and da-da-da-da. And it's like, okay, Con, well, you made it into work. We'll talk about that while we work. And a lot of the times throughout the day, the solution would be right there in the day. But if he didn't come to work, because that was our thing, like who the hell calls in when they're having relationship problems from work? Nobody. No one. But it only happens in the truth. Like, I can't make it in today. You know, she's tripping, and it's like, all right, well,
gotta cancel my rib.
I gotta counsel in this. What are you gonna tell her if you're slow? So the best thing to do is go sit with the brother that's gonna tell you the right thing, that been through that already, get that, and then now go home and administer that medicine. So there always should be a constant. Yes, I gotta take care of my home, but how do I take care of my home? Well, I got to gather from the people that been through. So I got to get out of my house and go gather, and then bring it back home and administer that way. So it's a balance. Yes, your house, you got to take care of it. How can you take care of the house of the Most High if you don't take care of your own house? But I have to know that if things are going on in my house, I might have to put that off and go be over here on this side with these group of men or these group of sisters, and they're going to be able to give me what it is that I'm not seeing. And it's a simple, look, this is what I'm going through, or this is what I'm dealing with. You know, I might have to, because we always think like, oh, what's going on in my house takes the precedence, and I got to give attention to that. Not always. Not 99% of the time. It's really, I can go give my attention to something else, and the solution is in something else. Sometimes I'll be putting together a class, and it's crunch time. It's 4 o'clock, 3 scriptures. Like, oh, damn, I only got 3 scriptures. Right? It's 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 3 scriptures. Get a phone call. Well, I can't take the phone call because I got to do my class. Nah, let me take the phone call. Put the class to the side. Talk to a brother, sister, whoever, da-da-da-da. Might even just be Kazak talking. And in that phone call, my whole class is in that phone call. Because I took that call, the Most High was like, here goes the class. Yep. It's just the spirit. That's how the spirit works. And if you don't do, if you say, well, the class is more important than taking the phone call, you'll miss out on the class.
So it's like saying if you take care of things of the Most High, you will make sure that your house is covered.
Always.
Make sure things are covered.
Always. Think about it. We brothers travel and leave. And go, like, leave for 3 months and go here. I went to Trinidad for months. It wasn't months. How long did we go?
It was like almost a week.
That was it?
Yeah. We weren't there long. It was probably there.
Why did it feel like we were there for 6 months? Okay.
He was on that little couch.
On that little ass couch. Well, going overseas, Trinidad. You got brothers that'll go. Kazak, he went to Rochester 3 months. I'm going for 3 months. It wasn't the first time that we've traveled. Went to, Arizona State Fair for a month. Brothers go over here for a month. The last thought in my mind is my family. Why? Because I'm doing the works. Now, if I was dipping out for a month to go re-up on some drugs, I'm like, damn, what's gonna happen to my family if I get caught? I'm gonna be thinking family, because I'm not doing the right thing. You see what I'm saying? So that's the last thought in my head. As long as there's good brothers around, I know my family will be taken care of. And as long as I'm doing the right thing, I don't never worry about my family. I pray. I ask the Most High to cover them. I ask the Most High to watch them every day. Y'all, same thing. I ask the Most High to watch all of us, all of y'all, because y'all are my family. But I feel like as long as we do the right things, as long as I'm doing the right thing, y'all are good. That's the way I look at it.
So like as far as like the sisters, because the sisters, clean, they have to take care of the home.
Right.
So there has to be a balance in when do you gather more than you take care of home? I mean, 'cause if you have things, that you But you're always gathering. How do you
Well, there does have to be that balance of, taking care of the things of your house, things that your husband needs, but also not forsaking that unity. So there has to be a balance. We try to make sure that sisters they're not overworked to the point where like, oh, the house is just falling apart. They got to still do the household things also, but that's where husbands come in and like y'all were busy for the whole month doing Passover garments. Did I have the right to go to my rib like, hey, you ain't cook a meal, or you ain't wash a dish, or you ain't do this? Nah, I'm like, listen, I see what you're doing. You up till 5 in the damn morning. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wash bottles. I'm gonna wash dishes. I'm gonna do this. I'll cook. I'll take care of the kid. I'll do it. There has to be a mind. What are we doing? There has to be this unified mind in the household that, okay, if she's busy trying to make sure I look good for this day and putting all her time in that, the least I could do is make sure the house is somewhat okay. The school, we didn't have sisters come and clean the school. Why? Because we understood that's going to take away from their time doing the garments. So what did? We said, okay, we can pick up a mop, we can pick up some disinfectant wipes, we can clean toilets, and we did it. There has to be but that's all part of the unity and the same mind, same judgment. It don't degrade us as men to clean. It don't. You called me today. What was I doing? What did I say I was doing? Cleaning my room, my side and her side, and doing laundry. It don't take nothing away from me to do that. I wash baby bottles. Like, I want my son to have clean bottles. I wash his clothes. I want my son to have clean clothes. Like, I do things. I like to live in a clean house. I understand that my rib, she gets busy, and she might not be able to pick up after all 8 people in my house, or however many it is. It's a lot of us, so she can't do it all. So I have to be sensitive enough to know, okay, I got to help out, or I got to get the kids more on top of their duties. You see that? So there has to be a level of sensitivity for each other and what we're doing, even with us not overworking sisters and pulling them away from their house to the point where there is no balance. So there has to be balance.
But you like doing laundry though.
I love doing. I like doing laundry. Yeah, that's my
does.
thing. That's my thing. I'm always doing laundry.
Like
but I got like 1,000 people in my house. I feel like I never stop doing laundry. Yeah. But I mean, you good on that? Con. Excellent class. Class. Great. Con. All right. Well, I thank everybody for joining us. Again, he that have an ear, let him hear. We're gonna end it right there. We will be live in VA tomorrow. So, with that, we'll say shalom.
Shalom!
Six chill, for real. Judah. Will never leave Judah. Scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up. Who gon' rouse me up? Alistair